I am hyped for tonight. I am hyped for like all of the sessions coming up.
Hmm. Going to be awesome.
Oh, I forgot. I got my window open and my fan on, so let me turn this off. There's like so much sunshine here. It is ungodly in the best way. Alright. This, and let's get some music flowing. Feel like we should kind of keep the heavy orchestral music going, or the heavy drums.
I like it.
Yeah, because I mean, we're in the middle of an apocalypse, so. All right. Hello and welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is the Scholars, episode 23 of their campaign, Saga 1. We are playing Dungeons and Dragons tonight. Everything you are going to see is live storytelling. It is very fun roleplay, and the story can turn out in or go in any different direction. If you're under the age of 14 and you're watching this video, please stop and consult your parents because you're probably going to see content that's inappropriate for you. And I don't want anybody adding me on Twitter of just like, you made my daughter question morality. Just, it's, I don't know. It is what it is.
That seemed oddly specific.
No, it makes me think of something that's coming up in the Nobles, and I had to kind of pause myself.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, let's see, what other disclaimers do we go through? Oh, if you're unfamiliar with our setting, is the world of Ilderon. You can Google search it, and we have a wiki, and you can learn all about the setting. It's a really cool place. The next and final thing, I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Anyways, let's do the recap. Last session was... I gotta open the recap because I don't remember the date. The 34th of Noble. Last session started on the 34th of Noble. The party was raiding the prison complex? No. The palace complex of the bandit prince known as Tydethel. After sneaking around his palace, around the fighting commoners that have broken in, rifling through his servants' quarters and his different arcanists, trying to fix the teleportation problem that is currently afflicting the city with the Doomsday event that is happening outside, the party was able to find their ways up to Tydethel's private office, where he had barricaded himself in with his closest allies and his trusted bodyguard, and they were having a grand old time as the world fell apart around them. The party bursted into his office. Actually, before they bursted into his office, they killed his servant who was leading them to his office, and turned on the Arcanist who was trying to inform Tydethel of a way to get everybody out of the city. After some discussion with the group, he agreed that he cared nothing about what happened to Tydethel. All he wanted to do was be able to get out of this place and take as many people with him as possible safely. With that, the Arcanists and the party joined up forces as he said he will see how their plan goes and he'll help whatever side is still standing. The group bursted into Tydethel's office. Meanwhile, inside of Tydethel's office, in addition to his entertainment of zapping the people trying to break into his palace with his magical artifact, he also had entertainment, a troupe of dancers on a private stage inside of his office entertaining his friends. The dancers, stressed out from the events of everything happening around them, were not giving the best performance they possibly could. And as a greater form of entertainment, the people inside of the office were sadistically entertaining themselves with the dancers, killing them one by one whenever they messed up. The party bursted into the office, tried to catch Tydethel off guard. Tydethel blasted them with the rod and hit Lex. Teleported. The party thought Lex was disintegrated. Lex disappeared. Azure and Brum rushed for Tydethel while Inaziah held the door. The servants inside scattered, and Tydethel's bodyguard came to his defense. Brum and Azure overpowered Tydethel, killing him, and Inaziah was able to also aid in that endeavor, dropping enough fire damage on his bodyguard Zest to drop her. Soon Lex reappeared in the spot that she was zapped at, and proclaimed that the device that Tydethel was using to blast apart people was actually transporting them to some sort of labyrinth that was very similar to the underground prison complex that the party ran into outside of not Misthaven, but town, Zewatekis. With that, the Azure finished killing Tydethel, siphoning the essence of his soul, and everybody else spread out to search the office. The people inside the office, what remained of them, were terrified and frightened. Some have ran away, some are stuck, and one of the entertainers revealed herself from behind the bar, and that is where we are going to get started for tonight. So I'm going to just move us back to the combat grid. Not because we're in initiative order, but just to kind of refamiliarize myself with where everybody is at and how many people are left in this room. Okay, so we've got 4 of Tydethel's friends and 2 entertainers. I am going to roll a d4 on how many of the friends flee. Okay.
Didn't we tell them to help with the mage figure out the flying city thing?
Yes, you did. They're going to, and his name, I have Skosfell in my notes. Is that what you guys have? Because I have this unlabeled.
I don't remember getting the guy's name ever.
Okay.
Yeah,
you guys might not have gotten his name. Okay. I'm gonna put this in chat, just because as he's talking back and forth, you guys are going to hear his name. You guys assume this halfling is named Skosfell. I don't have it labeled in my notes. It's just a random name that's sitting here, but I'm assuming that's who it is. So let's go to the halfling.
And if it isn't, it is now.
Yeah, that's how these things work. All right. So Skosfell is talking to some of the other people in here as they are gathering around him. One of them bolts for the door, taking off, running, and screaming for Evans
to help the
taking off, screaming for her life. There are 3 remaining in the room. Steve, you were saying something? Go ahead. My headphones just cut off.
No, I don't think he said anything yet.
Okay, so I'll set the scene and then I will let you guys go. On the floor is Tide Ethel's body. Brahm is still standing over it, probably still punching what's left of it, breaking bones and definitely deforming it.
Oh yeah.
Scosville
Nice.
is behind the desk, or is next to the desk talking to...
Is what in the notes?
Is what in the notes? Say that again. Ooh, my good sir, are you lagging?
Very much so.
Yeah, I see his mic lighting up, but I don't hear him saying anything. Hold on, pop him a message.
Maybe try to leave and rejoin. I had to do that real quick because all you guys like cut out for me.
Yeah. Okay, so Brahm's over Tide Ethel's body. Scosville is talking to the people remaining in the room. Mush has pushed Aurora forward to try and get her payment. Aurora has revealed herself. Aurora, before you stands a bloodied Terai, a feeble-minded Ganassi, another Ganassi who seems to be casting something, and a woman in a mask standing near the entrance. How about you give us a description of Aurora?
Okay. So Aurora is about average height for a woman. She has lilac hair and kind of a greenish eye.
Okay. Aurora's been pushed forward to get the payment. The rest of the party hears somebody whispering behind the desk. What do you all want to do?
Should we give them payment? I don't know. I feel bad for them, but also, like, it's my money.
Anasai has to finish
Well,
that.
actually-
Start over.
I'm gonna go walk over to Brahm and be like, alright, we gotta stop because we're gonna burn him later and there has to be something to burn. Alright? Like, chill out a little bit. I'm just gonna, like, get in front of him and, like, gently kick the body away. Like, it's enough. He's dead, bud.
He's still trying. Yeah.
Alright, can you...
I can hear you.
Okay. So I wanted to actually chase that woman when she left.
Okay.
And catch her.
Yeah, well, so the reason why I said that is before she even runs, she does provoke an attack of opportunity from you guys as she sprints past.
Okay.
So
Then I
what
guess
will
I'd like to
happen-
do that.
Yeah, rather than attacking, I'll let you start chasing her and you'll be right on her tail. On your
Okay.
turn in initiative, you can make a grapple attempt at her. You're taking the attack
Okay.
action and substituting one of your attacks for a grapple attempt.
Right. So are we going to be in initiative then?
No, it's you versus her.
Okay.
I will roll the... I mean, as long as you don't get a nat 1, you're fine. Go ahead and
So
roll me
what
an
is that?
athletics attempt.
Athletics, right?
Yeah, it's athletics contested by her acrobatics or athletics. All right, so you rolled a 19. She rolled a 1.
Okay.
She is trying to sprint probably in a set of like aristocratic robes or something. Not very good.
And
for
high
running.
heels and just tripping and
yeah, when she started out this day, didn't really expect for the apocalypse to happen, for one of her good friends to have his, safe compound invaded, and for him to be dead, and her potentially taking... It's just, I don't know. She turns and looks at you and face plants. You are able to grapple her from behind. You can, put your hands on her shoulder and drag her back into the room or whatever.
Yeah, I'll do that
yes.
while I calmly explain to her that she's going to help this halfling until the city is safe. That is why she's alive now. If she wants to die, she can keep trying to run.
She's gonna say, "Don't you think I live here? I know what happens in Dagger Gully. You're gonna slit my neck when all of this is through." Well, I have news for you. I'm the one who does the neck slitting here.
We're not from here. We don't do that.
I will. I'm still trying to firmly hold Braum back. I'm not super trying. I'm just kind of trying to get him to slow down. It's very low effort.
Braum's not yeah, he wants to hurt this person now.
Yeah, and honestly, Lex is just kind of Lex is basically doing that whole oh no, what a shame.
So anyway, Azura will hold on to this woman as she thinks about what he said, and notice Aurora as she comes out.
Okay, roll me a persuasion check for Azure.
Okay.
Good lord. All right. So, as you drag this woman back into the room and you tell her, you're not from here, she's going to fix up her robes and say, well, clearly, you don't just run into an office and kill one of the princes of the crown. The effects of his death are going to be felt for the next half-decade.
There'll be a lot more ripples. Stick with us. Go help this halfling. I kind of shove her towards him. We'll keep you alive.
As you shove her forward, she takes a few steps, looks back at you, and sneers as she joins in conversation with Skosfell and the other people standing around him. I'll just reorganize this scene.
Yeah, I'm probably over here now.
Okay.
So did Aurora say anything yet when she came out, or just kind of poked her head out?
Oh, go ahead, Panda.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say, I believe you guys heard the whispers below, and she just stood up.
I'm gonna take that as an excuse to stop trying to slow down Braum. I'm not gonna head over to her.
Oh boy. That means that Azur will hopefully notice Braum and need to go stop him.
Yeah, hopefully.
No soul, by the way, Inazaya's detect magic goes off.
Perfect. Anything very magical that isn't one of us?
Let us see. I will tell you in a few minutes once the party is done.
Alright. And then the next thing Anazai is going to do is he's going to grab the other body and drag it over to Didethal's and just throw it on top.
Let Braum
What was that, Annie?
Let Braum hit something else for a change.
The mushroom.
Braum, he's just gonna stop, and he sits down right on top of Tydethal's body, and he just looks out at everybody. He's protecting his new toy.
Cute toy. That's funny. Alright, so I'm gonna head over to her. I'm sorry, could you say your name again? Your character. Oh, actually, never mind. Lex doesn't know the character.
That's right. Azur will turn his attention towards this new face as Lex comes up.
Okay.
Seems like
Do you guys want to say anything to each other, or do you just get into a stare off?
Lex is probably just gonna stare. Maybe blink a couple times to indicate that they're waiting for something, but nothing much. Just stare.
Azur will say, "You're safe now, you and your friend there. You can come out. None of these people will hurt you anymore. Sorry for your losses."
Aurora is going to nod at the both of them and is going to say, I'm sorry, I didn't know any of these people anyway. It's not like I completely care much, but I really just want to be paid up.
Paid? Who promised to pay you?
My employer.
I glance at the body. That one?
Aurora is going to nod and is like, well, yeah, but it seems like you've killed him.
I see.
Alright. Could Lex take the time as they're talking to look around and see if they spot anything shiny? I can't roll. Could you? Yeah.
Okay, I'll roll you an investigation check.
Please. Thank
but
you.
I will roll it after this RP is done.
Yes.
And what is it that you're owed? How much?
Panda, if your character doesn't know the terms of the contract, you can roll a history check to see if she remembers. Or, this Azure guy seems pretty gullible, you can just lie to him.
I don't know if
700 gold.
here. Was it just gold? 'Cause
You're asking me?
yes.
Yeah, from what she remembers, it was a pretty nice payment. Something to hold you over while it would be enough to hold you over for while you were looking for the member from your troop.
Roy is going to lie and say, I was told I would be paid 150 gold.
Alright, can I get an insight on that?
Sure. You can go ahead and roll me an insight. For Aurora, it's going to be contested by her deception check. Do you remember how to roll on your sheet, Panda?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll try
Go
with
ahead
it. Decide.
and roll me a deception check.
Alright.
Or I can roll it for you if you want me to.
Okay. Ding.
At this point in his eye, I'd be trying to convince Brom to get off the body so he can burn them.
It's deception, right?
Yes, deception.
Well,
Oh.
that's quite the sum.
Yeah. Sorry, you saw it. There you go.
Biggest job of your life, huh?
Well, it may be. Well, now it is. Clearly.
Well, I can't offer you that much gold, but I could offer you protection. Maybe you want to travel with us and stay alive through this chaotic mess of an entire city about to drown.
Mush is gonna stand up from behind the desk, peeking her head over, and say, "We'll settle for half."
The decision is not mine alone. Perhaps you ought to speak with everyone when we have a moment. For now, get your things. We should be leaving here soon.
Ty Dethel's body was searched, right?
The pile formerly known as Tydethel, yes.
And the vampire? Did I get to that one?
The pile formerly known as Zess, yes.
All right. How about these? So after telling them that, I'll turn my attention to these cabinets or whatever over here. Check them out.
Okay, so I'm gonna get to some of the other stuff that your party members have done. So starting with Inaziah, you are going to notice several magical auras in the room. They are coming off of, they're coming from Tydethel's desk.
Okay.
Searching from his desk and from behind his desk. There is a cloak giving off an aura it is hung on the wall. Inside of his desk you notice also the faint aura of magic.
Do I see what drawer it's coming from?
Yeah, you do. Like it's not like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Lex, searching the bodies of the people in the room. There are the entertainers, and there is the Tydethel and Zess. Your party members removed the weapons off of Zess and Tydethel. Tydethel's clothes are probably ruined at this point from what Brom has done to them. Zess is what does catch your eye though. Zess is wearing mithril armor while Brom has ruined it. It seems to be reshaping itself as it is probably magical mithril armor. That said, the last check was Azure, and that one slipped my mind. I don't remember what you looked at.
I did persuasion and insight. Oh, you meant beforehand?
Yeah, the last thing you said was you're searching the cabinet. That you moved
yeah,
your
you were
character
searching the cabinet. What's going to be in this guy's cabinet?
Or desk, or whatever this is.
Yeah. I mean, looking through his cabinet, he's gonna have tomes on here, up here, and letters of correspondence with people. At tertiary glance, it doesn't really seem terribly important to you. You've seen some of these books in the library of Coven, and are in the Galena Mave, and then these letters are, basically him managing his operations, who he's planning to extort, pretty run-of-the-mill stuff for, as far as like just skimming it, for a bandit prince.
Okay, well, I probably will touch and move the objects in there, all of them, just to be sure none of them are odd, hiding something, or like a trigger to open something.
Okay. Anyone want to do anything else?
I'm assuming Anazai would notice the armors reforming around the.
Yes, he would.
Okay, so he would take that off and then start burning the bodies with produce flame as best as he can with that.
Okay. I mean, it's gonna take you guys a little while.
Yeah, I'm figuring it's going to take a few casts to get it to ignite.
Let's get through this so we can get on to every place else. Do you guys want to pick up the magical things you see?
Yes, I will be doing that next.
Okay, so in total, you are going to get 3 keys that give a magical aura off. You can add them to your sheet as 3 mystery keys. The cloak on the back wall, as you pick it up, it begins waving dramatically. You can add a cloak of billowing to your inventory. Additionally, you can add mithril armor from the mithril armor from the DMG to your inventory.
What style of armor is that?
It's chainmail.
Okay.
And that is on page 182 of the DMG, but I can also make sure I gotta reshare the compendium with you guys, so you can search it. Actually, it can be chainmail or breastplate. She was based on a blackguard, but she had to be agile and on her toes in Dagger Gully. I'm gonna say it's a 50% chance that it's either a breastplate or it's chainmail. So above 50, breastplate, below 50, chainmail. 77, it is a breastplate. Every time Brahm dents it, the dent undoes itself.
Oh, man. You had to say that, right? Because every time it undents itself, he's just going to dent it again.
Yeah.
It's like, he sees that, and it's just, that's it.
It's going to be the walking drum now.
Break! Break! Break!
Yeah.
All right. With that, Skosfell is going to. Gosh, what's he say? He's going to say, we need to get out of this section of the city. This place is going to be flooded before sunrise.
I agree. I look around at everyone. I say, I think we should help this halfling. We should get this entire city into the air.
One of the people who's talking to him, he's going to speak up and say, yeah, it's not going to be as easy as just putting some strange artifacts inside of some slot holes. You really think if that temple in the middle of the city had any significance, they hadn't figured it out by now?
Well, there's the problem that your leaders have never been unified. So, of course, it would not.
And we have a common enemy and a common threat now, and if we don't get out of here, Skosfell speaks up, we are all going to die before sunrise. He is going to gesture to the doorway and say, I would like an escort through the angry hordes of people down below.
Zero shrugs. Why not? You all ready? But was there anything behind the bar by chance as I walk by?
As far as things of significance, not really. I mean, there's enough food here to probably hobble together like 2 rations of things you could take that are non-perishable.
Okay. I'll probably just like make a quick sandwich and eat it on the way.
I'm assuming at this point the bodies are burning pretty good.
Yes. If you just keep casting Produce Flame on them. Don't you know Firebolt is a cantrip too?
I do, but I figured because they're prone that this would be easier.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you dry them out with Produce Flame, Firebolt, part of the text is anything that can ignite, it will ignite.
Oh, I didn't even read that. Okay.
Yeah, so you dry them out, Produce Flame, and then poof, hit them with Firebolt. Eventually, you have a small pyre going in the office.
Zer, realizing that he's actually satiated, hands the sandwich off to Aurora. What's your name?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear any of that. My internet's cutting out. Can you repeat yourself, please?
Azur tries to hand you a sandwich saying, "What's your name?"
Aurora takes the sandwich and takes a bite in it and speaks and says, "Oh, I'm Aurora. And you?"
Azur, well met.
Aurora is going to nod and is going to ask, "So what made you guys just bust in here and kill everybody in this place?"
Well, that guy Tydethel has been a evil slave driver for a very long time, and we don't like that kind of thing.
Aurora is going to shrug and nods to herself and says, "Oh well, that makes sense. At least you guys are doing the right thing here."
Azur nods. Glad you think so. Stay close. There's going to be a lot of chaos as we leave this place. And Azur looks around to see if everyone else is ready.
Yeah. I was about to look around and see if Brom was following with us.
Brom's still sitting there trying to punch the breastplate. Because even though you guys told him to stop, he doesn't understand any languages. He has no form of communication other than grunting. So you literally have to take it from him and tell him to, like, gesture him to stop.
Yeah, somebody picked up the breastplate, right?
Yeah, I've put it down on my inventory sheet. So I'll pick it up and I'll go and I'll put it in my bag and put my hand on Brom's shoulder and kind of lead him with the group.
All right.
Okay.
As you guys start exiting the compound, you're going to hear a crack of thunder just roaring over Dagger Gully, echoing through the streets into the broken walls and openings of the palace, and kind of shaking you to your core, of like that vibration that you kind of feel in your bones, the really uncomfortable sensation. You guys are able to leave the top half of the you're able to leave the top half of the palace back through the servants' quarters. While all of this was happening, you guys are going to notice, let's see, I'm going to roll a percentage die. This room is painted red. most of the people that were in here waiting or giving orders are dead, thrown to the side of the room. Few have swords and spears in their hands and are huffing, exasperated. That weird creature with the bone protrusions that was stalking Azure is dead in the middle of the room. Each one of the four limbs coming out of its back is painted red, and you can see somebody is impaled on one of them. However, it took most of the people here. Out of the people that are left, are any of them important? They're going to look up to you, and the next question is, do they recognize you guys? They're going to say, "Where's Hashiel? Did he get the message to Prince Tydethel?"
This little guy, yeah. He's with us.
There was a servant with you guys earlier that Brum killed. Who was
Whoops.
organizing all of these people. At that, he's going to say, "Where's our liege? Who do we take orders from? The thunder, the water, it's rolling in. The sound's downstairs. They're going to be up here soon. When are we getting out of here?"
Follow us. Everything will be alright.
All right.
We're leaving this place.
I'll roll you a D10. The last 6 remaining people alive from this chamber are going to fall in line behind you. And as you guys exit out into the rainfall, one of them is going to say, "But the teleportation circle's back that way. I clean the chambers every day."
They're not working. Don't worry about it.
Out in the streets, you guys can look over the low section of town. Water is flooding in from the higher plateaus. You can see people down in the street are wading through this water. It is at it's at knees height. Knee length? Knee high. There we go. That one. It's about knee high. The shorter people are being pushed away with the currents. You guys, by the way, are on the 2nd floor of a rooftop looking out at the city. Oh, and I did need to describe something else to you. As you look to the north, you can see the shield hands for you can see the shield hands for airships. One of them looks damaged, as it is seems to be exiting the city northwards. Over the oasis, you can still see those 2 gigantic creatures fighting in the sky.
Where are the other 3 ships?
Fighting?
Say it again.
Or are they fighting each other? Do we see what the creatures fighting, or they fighting each other?
They're now fighting each other.
Where are those other 3 ships?
The 3 ships. One is stationed over the north section of town. One is stationed over the northwest section of town, and another one is it is flying offensively at the creature in the oasis. The ship over the north part of town is firing down into the town.
I don't think
Yep.
they should keep.
Still a lot
I don't
going on here.
Yeah. I don't know if they should keep that ship. Maybe we should take it. It's causing a lot of damage.
Scosfell is going to look up in the sky, put his hand over his eyes, covering it from the water, and say, I don't even know what possessed the shield hand to come here.
That's a long story, my friend.
He'll have to wait till after the death and floods.
Yes.
He looks down at the street and says, I'll need to be carried or I need a horse. I can't wade through that.
You can ride Brahm here. He won't mind.
Don't let him climb on me.
Yeah, he's going to look over at Brum and say, look, I know Magic, your friend's affected by feeble mind. There's not much happening up there.
I don't know. I can't think of a way to get Brom to cooperate with it off the top of my head.
You won't.
He's gonna say, I'm not a healer.
You gotta-
I'm not touching him.
Don't you gotta treat him like a puppy?
Real quick, Panda.
Yes.
Let me explain something to you because you are new. Are you on Roll20?
Yeah.
Okay, so you are in a city called Dagger Gully.
Oh,
It
that's
is
true enough.
It is a city on the edge of the desert. You can think of it kind of like built into a savanna. It is built between a bunch of natural rock formations, and there are all of these different elevations of the city. Standing on any part of the city and kind of looking down, it is built in almost or part of the city is built in almost a valley of the upper part of the city, and smushed between the upper part of the city and the rock formations, and just anywhere there was space to squeeze in a house here or squeeze in a structure, it has been squeezed in, and the city and the houses and the urban landscape before you just stretches on southwards with thousands of these little houses and slums kind of built onto each other. Looking out from where you're at, you can see the stone structures are doing pretty well. A lot of the wood structures are being washed away as you guys are in the lower part of the city. And all of the water is raining in from these upper sections. If you look in the... Oh, whoops, I didn't want to do that. If you look on the map, I will draw where you guys are at. Actually, you guys... Well, let me just draw it in a new color for you here. In yellow, you guys are here at this palace. And everything that I just described to the party as far as like the sky ships and the oasis is all happening to the north. Does that make sense to you? All right.
What is the
welcome to
oasis,
Dagger
though?
Gully. The oasis is this, I'll point to it in yellow. The oasis is this huge freshwater lake that Dagger Gully is built around. And if you look at the map on the right, I just circled it too.
Okay, and the oasis is what's getting attacked by airship?
The part of the city's being attacked by airship. Over the oasis, there is a giant creature in the clouds, and when I say giant, I forget the classification for bigger than huge.
Gargantuan?
Yeah, gargantuan. It is gargantuan as it is sweeping through the clouds. The creature itself is the size of a hurricane. It is forming a tempest. That tempest is raining down this almost acidic black water over the city. that is the pouring rain that is everywhere.
Azur will let the Phoenix hide under his cloak if it wants.
Okay. It'll take you up on that offer. It does not understand why this storm bad, and it is a creature of the storms.
Mm-hmm. And they'll carry the halfling.
All right.
Head down the steps.
Okay. And I'm assuming everybody's heading northwards.
Yeah, uphill.
All right.
Else?
I'm not going to make you roll a strength save as far as just resisting this water. As the storm continues on, though, you can see people are climbing to their rooftops and, huddling in on buildings that are not being washed away. Some people are getting swept away from the currents around you as the closer you get to the highlands of the city, the more stronger these currents are going to become. Just as soon as you are nearly halfway there, another ring of thunder is going to strike out. You guys don't see any lightning, but unfortunately, most of you are beside yourselves with pain. Everybody in the party, give me a wisdom save.
Oh, good. I'll get to fail this.
I'll do it right now. I'm actually logging on at the moment.
Okay.
Did you say you're not on roll 20 yet?
I'm actually just logging on to it. So I might be a little late, but yeah.
I was supposed to be rolling for you tonight, my dude. Would you like me to roll it for you while you are logging on?
Might as well to make it a little bit more quick, because yeah, I'm still waiting for everything to fully load in.
Alright. Asher, Bram, and Lex, you are going to crumple over in pain for a moment. I'm not going to make it deal psychic damage to you guys, but you are paralyzed for a few moments as you hunch over and try and keep yourself from getting swept away in these waters. Whatever that is, it hurts a lot. Anaziah and Aurora, you are literally beside yourself in pain. As the thunder rings out, and you feel those vibrations again echo through you, almost like how you see like a bell vibrate and it's kind of in like multiple places at once. You feel yourself split as you look at yourself there in pain. For a second, or maybe a few seconds, you are split from your physical body and you are an astral version of yourself. And then you connect back with your body and you can move again.
I guess
Okay.
Azur would probably witness that differently, but he didn't notice all that, so...
Yeah. As far as, and I guess I'll give this to Aurora and Isaiah since they succeeded. When you do this, or when this happens to you, you see it for everybody else. You two succeeded on just staying conscious enough through this to kind of observe what's happening. Everybody else is kind of like eyes squint, screaming for a minute, and then, they're back. Then everything's back normal.
Did the halfling fall off me, or is he trying to hold on?
You know what? You guys have about a 4 plus 6 plus 1 plus 1. You guys have 12 NPCs with you. I'm not rolling saves for all of them. So here's what I'll do. I'll roll saves for half of them. Everybody fails the save, other than Aurora and Isaiah. Everybody's kind of.
Well, I think he was asking more of, and when Azure cramps up, does the halfling fall off his shoulders?
Oh, you know what? That's a good question. I'll roll him a dexterity save if he can cling to you in this, because when you clamp up, all your muscles tense.
True.
Yes, he clings to your back, almost choking you. Fortunately, you don't have to breathe.
True.
And Isaiah wants to do a quick Arcana check to see if he has some idea what just happened.
Go for it.
By the way, sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. You're good.
I was gonna say, Azur would be watching for those veins of darkness all the way, telling people to avoid them.
Okay. Let's see.
Well, it seems like I'm rolling well tonight.
Yeah, you're kicking butt. Oof. Actually, the DC to figure out what that was a 19. And yeah, that's
fine.
That's a really great roll, but it was also a really hard magical effect to identify. Azure, and Isaiah, as you try and figure out what happened, you're putting it together, some sort of astral experience. Is it caused by, the thunder rings again? It doesn't paralyze you all this time, but it kind of breaks your mind. It kind of breaks you out of that thought process. Holy crap, we gotta get out of here. You were close, you were right there, but if you're in a lab, maybe. But things are,
got it.
happening.
No, lots going on. That's why I said he's going to try to do it quick, because he's not going to focus on it too much.
Well, I'm still on the ground crying.
Oh no.
Well, if he's all the way on the
why is he
ground,
crying?
he's underwater.
Why is he crying? Because
Yeah,
he's
wait,
being
why is he crying?
stupid, and now his brain really hurt.
Oh. Poor guy.
I'm gonna try and help Rom up and keep him moving with the group, with his arm around my shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah. Lex is gonna kind of go behind him, make sure he doesn't fall backwards or anything.
Azur will make sure everyone else is up too.
All right.
Before we move on.
The winding pathway that leads up to the next section of town is essentially a waterfall. You guys can stand next to a stone building built into the bottom of the cliffside here, and the water is kind of rushing down and forward, and a small amount of it's bending around, and you guys can stand here. If you want to go up that cliffside, it's a brute force strength check through dangerous slippery stone in this water. Other ways you guys could get up, you could climb the cliff. If you have any sort of magic for flight or ability to take flight, that would also be an option. Otherwise, it does look like this is a no-go.
I could summon a fire elemental and teleport. Oh wait, I can't do either of those things.
So like
I think we
it's a
should
lot-
keep going.
it's a lot higher than the roof line of just one story, or
Yeah, I'll roll you. So here you're in the upper side of town, so I will roll you a d4 of how many stories higher it is.
okay.
Ooh, it's about 4.
All right. Any buildings that tall around here that we could climb the inside of, near the cliff?
I'm gonna give it to you on a 65% chance. 1 through 65, yes, and above 65 or above 66, no. 54, yes. You are going to see you are right south of Morgan's area of town. Below her cathedral, there is a temple with a tower here. The tower is not terribly far from the upper section of the town.
Okay. Azura will point and loudly say, "Let's go to that tower. That's the way up."
Alright, I'll follow.
Alright. Now, what are the chances people are huddled in here? I'd say they were pretty close, and they probably know this area was going to flood, so very likely that they got out. 1 through 33, there are people in here. 44, there are not. As you guys wade through the water towards the tower, I am going to make you make a strength save for this, for crossing the street, because this is the point where the flood is the furthest.
Uh-oh.
If one person gets in,
no.
they can, get a rope across. But everybody just going across the street, give me a strength save not to get swept away. It is difficult. It is going to be DC 15.
Oh, wait. Am I supposed to do? Yeah. I did a strength save.
I'm sorry, I said strength save. It's an athletics check. But if you don't have a bonus to your athletics, it's going to be the same roll.
I do have a bonus for my athletics. I'm gonna do it.
I've got a +2, I guess.
It's
on
not
my
any
roll.
better.
Or I don't know. I have a 6 in athletics, so does that add 6 to my roll?
Yeah.
Oh, the problem I have to go to. Yep, the problem has to hold me now.
Yeah.
All right.
Lex is gonna take one step in and then just fall.
So can Azura
Just gonna
help?
hit the water and go swimming.
Nobody out of these servants that are following you guys is able to push across the street. Everybody is going to get swept away except for Azure and Rom by the torrent of this water.
Lex is gonna have to make a death saving throw. They can't even swim.
Yeah, I'll give this to Azure and Rom. I'll say, since you guys did so incredibly well on the save, you can each grab one person. The halfling excluded because he's on Azure's bat. Which would be...
I grabbed the guy right next to me who's been helping me, which is Anaziah.
Okay. And Azure, if you want to grab one person, I'm going to give that to you for free. Otherwise, we're about to be swept away into Dagger Gully.
I guess I'd probably grab Panda because she hung in there a little better than the rest.
Okay. Lex. Alright, so
I almost die. Part 3.
yeah, you, as your companions swim to, or push across the street, you're going to lose your footing and be swept away into the torrents of the water. You do have opportunities to save yourself. I mean, you're not being killed because it's just, you can at some point stand, cling to something, or, you're not you're not being suffocated, essentially. That said, you are being pushed rather dramatically, and you do have to get yourself some sort of stable before the next strike of lightning. I will say once every round you have the chance to grab onto a building side. Otherwise, these torrents can deal some pretty dangerous bludgeoning damage to you. Do you want to try grabbing onto a building side, or is there anything you can think of to try and get your character out of the situation? Otherwise, I'm going to describe the experience Lex has.
I kind of want to try and see if I can stab my short sword into the ground, but that's... No. I'm just going to go for it. Let's see how much bludgeoning damage it is.
Okay, you just let the currents carry you?
Yeah. I only have like 14 out of 42. I'm already like low.
This is probably only minorly dangerous, right? So I'm gonna roll. It's a 70% chance Lex gets hurt. Lex gets hurt.
Yay!
All right, Lex. You are tossed and pulled with the currents. At first, you're just like, okay, I can probably try and swim through this. And then something hits your leg. It tumbles you over. It's like a market stall or something. You hit a signpost, street light, and you are just all types of disoriented. Lex, you are going to take 14 points of bludgeoning damage as you are tossed and thrown about by these rapids. And you are going to end the turn. You know what? Let's. I'm gonna say 30 feet plus 2d10. That seems fair.
Does that put you at?
You are going to end the turn 45 feet away from the bell tower.
Okay.
By the time
I have 14 current hit points. Does that make it like faint? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I should have known.
You drop to 0 HP.
Yeah.
You'll be rolling death saving throws by the time you hit something solid, and the water is not, forcing you apart. All right, everybody else, you guys are going to make it inside of the church. Once you get up the steeple, it is a little bit easier to walk up here, and you can see in the distance, Lex has been swept away down the, and I say with quotation mark, street.
Brom goes immediately after.
Okay. Does Brom have a swim speed? If not, he's going to have to navigate these currents. The further you get away from essentially the waterfall, the easier it becomes.
Brom is a monk, so at level 7 he got oh no.
I thought swimming was a athletics or acrobatics thing. Athletics.
Yeah, it's half your movement if you don't have a swim speed in swimmable waters. In difficult waters, it is the DM's discretion on an athletics check.
See, I have core climbing, so I have proficiency in athletics and acrobatics. So never mind. No, that's not what I thought I had something else. So yeah, no, I don't have a swimming speed.
Okay, Brom gets into the water. I'm gonna set the DC lower for you because you are going with the currents. You're going to be trying to not hit things. So for you, this isn't an athletics check. Give me a dexterity save to avoid stuff as you go after Lex. Alright, yeah. You're going to be able to get to Lex, who is... you swim through the rapids. The Whitewater, or I guess the Blackwater Rapids inside of Dagger Gully now. Lex, give me your first death saving throw for the night. Brom, you're able to get to her. Lex, her injuries from the fights earlier are definitely stacking up against her.
Uh-oh, I don't
I
like
take
that.
out my 1 potion of healing, and I give it to it.
Yay! My death save is 7. That's bad, right?
That is
Yeah, I think you
definitely a
need
failed death save.
10 or something.
Ah,
Anyway, you get 3
Alright.
before you're dead.
So
It's not too bad.
here's the thing. From
Oh, I can't
feeble-minded,
it's a magic
you
item.
can't activate
feeble-minded.
magic items.
Shite.
That said, I will say you were dumb enough to remember this thing good, this lady friend, good thing help friend.
poor Brom.
And I'm going to say it is going to be a. Do you want this as an intelligence save on Brom's part, or a percentage die on if Brom, like, somehow correctly puts the right end of the vial into Lex's mouth?
I will go
let
with the
you choose
percentage.
Your poison.
I will go with the percentage because right now I'm a -7 on saves. Or a minus
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Let's see. It's got a vial. I'm gonna give Brom a 17% chance to do this correctly. 1 through 17, and it lands, and you rolled a 4. Brom,
Wow.
you're going to stick. You're going to take out this health potion, rub it against Lex's face, kind of hit it a couple times, drag it down, and just through some weird stance, her lips or teeth just knock out the cork, and enough of it drips into her mouth as you're trying to figure this out, that Lex receives the benefit of a healing potion.
Thank goodness.
Alright,
Yes. Nice.
who do you want to roll the healing potion? Annie, do you want Havoc to roll it, or do you want to roll it?
He can roll it. It's fine.
Okay, go ahead and roll me how much.
It's a regular, so it's 2d4 plus 2.
Do you want me to roll it?
I'll roll it.
Okay. Yeah, and Lex will regain that amount of HP. That said, you both can kind of stand here and brace yourselves against the wall that Lex was slammed into, as the currents of the water, as only like the offshoots of the currents kind of bend and go down this alleyway. You guys can see the chapel about 45 feet up from you. It is, the rest of the party is standing there.
Gosh, Lex is like a cockroach.
Yeah, Lex is like really hard to kill at this point.
I have like 42 hit points, and I've almost died. I've hit 0 like 3 or 4 times, and I like every single time I'm just kind of like, just kidding.
I think the last time I lost health was session 1.
Once you
I almost died in session 3, and then in like session 17, and now again.
Once Azur gets the main part of the party to the tower, he'll be looking back to start gathering others up that he can help.
Okay. Real quick, Panda.
Yes?
I would like to introduce you to creative problem solving. So I had told you all earlier that you have 2 group members who are 45 feet away from you, who are down a street, and they are trying to fight through rapid water. Your character does have 50 feet of hempen rope. If you were to dangle the rope off of the side of the steeple and just brace yourself, you could give Lex and Brahm a way to get back to the party that isn't terribly dangerous. And the cool thing about D&D is you guys can solve the problems that I throw in front of you in any way that you can think of. So that's an idea that I have. but you are an intelligent being of your own, and if there's anything else your character can do, there might be an even better solution that you can think of.
Alright. Okay.
That said, let's go. If you want to do that, you can let me know. Otherwise, Brom and Lex, before I go with the rest of the party, I want to know how you guys are getting off the street side.
You can ask Lex that, because I'm dumb. I don't know. I just saved them.
Okay.
Say that again, Annie?
Because like thank you.
Oh man, it is really hard to hear.
Okay. Oh.
That's better. You can talk now, Lex.
Oh. Okay. Lex is gonna pat Brom on the back. He's like, thank you. Also, I'm almost dead still. Is there like an alleyway?
Yes, you guys are in.
Nice. Can Lex still? Can Lex?
Can she climb?
What'd you see, Annie?
I can spell the thing that they can do. Could I try? Just try to get off of the roof so we're not exposed to water.
Okay.
She wants to try the rooftops.
Yeah, I got that. It is hard to hear you, but yes. Between you and Brom, you should each have a climbing speed that will let you get on top of this building. At which point, I guess we're making we're making jump checks to get back across.
Okay.
Well, from the roof, I want to see if there's like a path, or if we're just gonna have to go across the river again. Because honestly, if we don't have to jump, then I'd rather not jump. Because I have 7, and I don't want to die by the splash. That's kind of lame.
I will roll you another. I'm gonna roll you another percentage die on if you landed on the same side of the street as the chapel, or if you are across the street. I'm gonna say it's actually I'll just do evens or odds. Evens, you're on the same side. Odds, you are not. 4, you are on the same side of the street. You don't have to jump across the street. You already started crossing and you lost your footing in the rapids when you were. But fortunately, it slammed you into a building side that is kind of where you wanted to be. You only paid for it with 14 points of your life.
Alright. Well, if we're already on the right side, we should be able to just get down the building, and there's probably should be like other roads that aren't flooded, right?
Okay, hopping across the roofs? Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
Go ahead and after you guys climb onto the rooftop, go ahead and give me one athletic check. I'm gonna take that for your hops, and give me one dexterity check. I'm gonna take that for your footing.
From both of us?
Yes, I wanted each of the checks for both of you.
Okay.
How many points?
Good.
How many points is it gonna be this time?
Brom
How
is
many-
like a himbo.
He really is, though.
Alright, I will give dumb Brom.
Lex is a dumb blonde, and he's a himbo. This is a horrible decision.
I will give Brom the chance to carry Lex on his back if he's willing. Lex tries the first
Yeah,
jump
he's willing.
and fails. Brom can kind of grab her as she misses the ledge, help her to the next one, and then with just as you guys hop.
Let's way.
Okay, you'll join the party in a second. Let's see what the party is doing inside of the chapel. As you guys watch, you are going to see Lex eventually coughs her way back to life. Her and Brahm are on a rooftop. They look towards you, run, jump to one building, one rooftop. Lex barely makes it with Brahm's help. Brahm gets ready to jump the next. They'll be here soon. Inside of the building is partially flooded. It has been abandoned. Most of everything on this first floor is ruined or will be ruined. I am not going to go into a drastic detail here because I feel like we're only going to be here for a scene. I'm assuming the party wants to look to climb the bell tower?
Well, did Azur see anyone else from the people that slipped still in view, or did they just go far away?
You know what? I'll roll a percentage die. I've been rolling 2 for them. Or actually, I'll roll dexterity checks if they're able to navigate the currents. Oof. 6 of the newfound companions are going to be swept away. Another are going to be swept away out of view. Let's see, how dangerous is this for them? Another 6 are going to, 5 are going to be able to make it. As far as like still fighting against the currents. Out of them, they are swimming towards you, or I was trying to swim towards you as the current is slowly pushing them. 2 of them get tapped on the foot by something, lose their balance, water tumbles them over, smack against something. You see some blood in the water as they drift into the distance. 3 are alive.
Okay, Azur will toss a rope to the most exhausted-looking one and hold him towards him.
Okay.
And then proceed to the other 2 if they're still alive at that point.
Yeah. One's clinging to a lamppost. Lets go to try and grab the rope as it dangles by. Current grabs him. Another one is standing. Another one is standing on top of some covered bench type structure, and is going to cling to the rope and start pulling himself towards you. The next one got lucky like Lex and is in an alleyway where the water is pouring off, but not as powerfully, and is able to get the rope as you throw it near them. You save 2 of the people.
Okay.
They did not do well on those athletic checks. 2, 18, and a 15.
Okay. Well, he'll get them inside the tower and catch up with the others.
All right. I'm going to evens odds both of these. Or should I do it as a percentage die? On if these are magistrates or if these are the servants. I'll just do it evens odds. Evens, magistrate, odds, servant. So the first one is a servant. The second one is a magistrate. You've got 1 and 1 left. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah.
Are they injured terribly, or?
They'll be fine. No, they were able to successfully navigate the rapids. They were commoners. Anybody who didn't successfully navigate the rapids took a D10 of bludgeoning damage and they were dead. So,
Okay.
That said, it is, well, I mean, they took 3d10 of bludgeoning damage, but, they were dead on 1. That said, by the time you get them all in, you are also going to, have Brahm and Lex reconnected.
When Brahm walks up, he just pats Lex on the shoulder and like gives a thumbs up.
Well done, Brahm. That's your name, man. Brom. We appreciate you.
Yeah, he just kind of looks at you, stares at you very blankly.
And he'll look at Lex and check out how beat up she is. Kind of.
Lex is clinging to life. She's doing alright.
Alright, he's gonna like pump her full of like, I don't know, 12 hit points of healing on hands.
Okay. So Annie, you can add that to your sheet. You should be at 19 points of health. Alright, you all can look around in this chapel and start climbing the bell tower. The bell tower is tall, and only one person can go up at a time, as you do. There is a section where the bell overlooks this part of the city. From that section, you can see the cliffside of Morgan's palace just near you. It is enough that somebody can, if somebody could get a rope attached onto something firm, you guys can kind of, I forget the term for like monkeying across a rope upside
Like
down.
hand over hand or something, yeah.
Yeah. You can shimmy across a rope if you can secure it in two sides. It is too far to leap.
Anyone got a grappling hook? He checks his own pack.
I might. Let me check. Wait, am I back with you guys?
Oh, no, here's
Yeah,
one.
we're back.
Well, what building are we trying to get across to currently?
Let's
From
see.
from
I'm
the
gonna
tower
delete-
to the cliff.
Yeah, I'm gonna delete everything on the map so I can kind of refresh you guys on how this is going in my mind. And I'll do this in green. You guys are in the low section of town. You tried to get up this. You tried to get up this cliffside. There's a walkway. There's a winding set of stairs built into it. That's kind of a concourse down into this section of town. That section of stairs was basically a waterfall. Instead, you are just south of Morgan's palace. There's a chapel here in the low grounds, and you have climbed the bell tower, and you're looking up at the plateau that Morgan's palace sits on.
All right, I attach the grappling hook to my rope, or someone else's dry rope might be easier. I look around. Who's got a dry rope?
I have a drier rope. Sure, I got rained
I
on.
have hempen rope.
All right.
I have one.
So tie one of those ropes onto the grappling hook. Tie the other rope onto the end in case we need extra length. And let's see. Who wants to give it a toss? Out of character, what kind of check would that be to throw this?
Probably a strength, I would assume.
Just have Brom do it.
No.
Just let Brom do it.
Throws it. Let's see.
Rom has a strength of 8.
All right, I guess that Zur could do it if it's a strength thing.
Plus, you'd have to like mime out what you wanted him to do very specifically
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
because he don't understand language.
Yeah. It's worth a shot.
Like, there's something I could kind of do, but I'm getting limited in what I can do at this point.
Well, if I miss, I can rethrow unless it like completely shatters or something. So it's not a big deal. What action should I take?
Yeah.
Okay.
Might as well just chuck it then.
So it's going to be a thrown weapon check. You're trying to hit this into a specific place, and hopefully get it lodged between like, or around something or on something that it can cling to itself, and provide enough tension for you guys to climb across.
Okay.
On the plateau above, let's see, does Morgan have a railing for laughing at the peasants? Yeah, it's probably a 70% chance she's got that. You see that there is a beautiful obsidian railing built around Morgan's plateau, where people can stand on this ledge and overlook the south side of the city. There's also, I would say, she's got a tree up there for a nice little courtyard too.
Okay, I'll aim at the tree and the railing as a backup in case I miss.
Again, I am going to put this. I'm going to put this in the very hard category, where you are throwing at something in the distance. It's raining. Winds are blowing or sweeping. This is going to be not terribly easy to do. So go ahead and give me that check.
Would it be D20 plus what, Dex or Strength?
D20 plus your proficiency bonus, plus whatever skill you are using to throw it. So dexterity would be trying to hit something specifically. Strength would be trying to not have the wind sweep this thing away. I will allow either.
I'll go with Strength. And let's see, character sheet, where'd you go? So that'll be 3 plus 7 basically.
Okay. Go ahead and give me the roll. You are going to do it. It is going to land in this tree, loop around, and you see the claw get stuck in the leaves. You tug on it, and it does not feel like it's coming undone.
Alright, I'll tie off this other end tightly here somewhere to keep it taut, and go ahead and start ferrying people up there. Whoever wants to hold on to me.
As you tie it off, the magistrate, she is going to push you out of the way. Say, move over! My safety's paramount!
When she pushes him, I push her.
Uh-oh.
No, just back.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, well...
Sir, that went fast.
She starts to get ready to climb across the rope. I'm not gonna make you guys roll contested checks. Brom, you shove her. She falls.
And I mean muggered. I'm like mean mugging her, man.
Yeah, she falls prone on the stairwell in the bell tower.
I'm gonna escort Panda and let her go first, because she doesn't have anything to do with this.
Alright, Aurora, you want to be the first one across?
Yeah.
I mean, bet. Why not? Throw me to the wolves. Okay, I'll go across first.
Alright, Aurora, you are...
Can Azur assist somehow, or be... Can he assist somehow, or be on the other side, or... I don't know.
Well, so here's... You don't have the aura yet that stops fear.
True. So I'm kind of scary.
Could I use calm person as like an emergency?
And that's the other thing I'm thinking about right now. It's like...
I have calm emotions if we like really need it.
In any normal scenario, this is not difficult. But you guys are suspended. You guys are suspended about, what, 60 feet off of the ground at this point? Climbing, across a rope tied to a branch of a tree while, a hurricane is raging and airships are firing down on the other side of the city as you're trying to escape a flood and thunder is crackling. I feel like the terror of this should inform a check.
I'm brave.
You are
Well,
brave.
when you say it like that.
And I'm just going to think for a second.
What's the distance?
That you guys are trying to climb? 25 feet.
Yeah. Okay, so I can't be help all that length unless someone's actually holding on to me.
Yeah. What I'm going to do is there was another event that I needed to do, and depending on the result of this event, I will determine if climbing across this rope determines a save. All right. Another strike of thunder is going to happen. Everybody give me those wisdom saves again as everybody peels over in pain a second time.
Hey guys, we're rolling great.
God, I just can't catch a break. Oh my god.
And Isaiah consistently killing it tonight.
Don't.
Unlike last session where I couldn't hit a damn thing.
Panda, where Aurora zoned out last time and kind of had an outer body experience watching herself, this time the full effects of it hit her as she peels over in pain again as those soul-shaking vibrations thunder through her body. Same for the rest of the party except Inaziah. Inaziah, again, the thunder rings, and this time, you kind of just let it and flow with it. Again, you split from your body in that astral experience. Everybody else does the same as you see them temporarily beside themselves, and then after a moment, you reemerge with your physical form.
Does he really see that about Azur, though?
Azur looks different when he does, but yes.
Okay.
That's weird.
Lex does not like that. They don't know what's going on.
Alright.
Thank you.
So, we're trying to get to Princess Darbahari's place for shelter. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Basically.
With that, I'm going to say that this is going to take concentration. I will say you can roll whatever check you want for your characters as you go across this. If you want to do it as like a constitution save against the wind and just like, come on, just keep going, keep my eyes closed, climb, hand in front of the next, you can. If you want to do it as a dexterity to make sure you don't lose your footing or your grip, I'll allow that. If you want to athletics and just, bare bones across, I will also allow that. If you can describe how your character gets across, I will let you make the roll for it. I think it is going to take some sort of concentration at this moment as everybody is a little bit shook.
Azur wants to make a little pod, like 3 people, that are going to tie a rope around the person's waist and tie it as a safety line to the rope so that it can hopefully catch them if they slip and fall, but at a length where they can still reach it and try to get back into what they were doing. So he will tie the rope, and he'll have the other 2 people check it as well to make sure it's a good knot, basically on both ends, around the person and around the rope.
Are we all just like contemplating who's going first?
Well,
I think the decision
trying
was
to figure out
to push Aurora to go first. The magistrate
Okay.
was going to go first, but she got shoved back.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aurora will go first.
Okay, so Azur starts fitting her with a rope and tying it on,
different
and
rope,
then
right?
tying. Yeah, a different rope.
Well, as you guys are doing that, Brom just goes.
Nah.
All right. Brom. How's Brom getting across this?
He's just going. He's going to.
It's gonna climb.
You know how they teach the Marines to cross a rope, where they hold one leg straight down and they just go on their belly across it. That's how he's going to do it.
Okay, give me an
That's
athletics
nice.
check.
With
not-
advantage because of core climbing.
Yes. It's not going to be.
Nope.
Oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say
he's
it's
just
not
gonna
be
drop like a rock.
terribly difficult. I'm wondering, since you have a climb speed, if I even make you roll though.
Well,
and you rolled
technically, I don't
before
have a climb yet.
Say that again.
I don't have a climb. I just have. So.
No,
core
that
climbing gives
be,
me-
you have a climb speed equal to your walking speed, and then you also have proficiency for something. At
Oh,
least it
because
should.
I'm on my. I don't see it on my character sheet. That's I'm gonna look it up again because I thought I
let me
did.
look at it. D&D 5e. All right, let's see. Core climbing, you are proficient in both. Oh, you don't have a climb speed. What?
Yeah, no, I don't get the climbing speed until level 9, which is the unarmed.
Oh wait, no,
movement
speed.
improvement.
Your base walking speed is 30 feet. You also have a climbing speed of 30 feet as long as you're not encumbered and not wearing heavy armor.
Oh,
Yeah, because when it originally came out in the Ravnica shift book,
oh, that's right. I
it
didn't.
was
I didn't
under core climbing, but I think whenever they started doing those plane shift books officially, they moved it into the speed. But you do have a
Oh,
climbing
okay.
speed.
Cool.
Okay.
You have the climbing. Thank
So
goodness.
I'm not going to make you roll for it specifically. Everybody else, I am going to make roll for it. And that is not a decision out of favor for seeing your poor roll. I was debating it before I asked you to roll. That's it. It is going
I
to
am
be.
all the more willing to fall 60 feet.
It is going to be a DC 12 check to get across this rope. However, you want to still your mind or body to do so. Brom makes it across, as he does have the climbing speed that I let him have. And Lex, I believe you are a thief, right? For your rogue subclass?
I'm in. I don't know, actually.
I can look at it for you. Let's see. You're rogue 3. I'm gonna click you to the first part of your skill sheet.
Please.
Let's see. Bardic-
Oh, I think I am a thief.
Okay.
Well, I think.
You don't have it on your sheet, but go ahead and make sure and get that added. You can do it while this session's going on. But I've been rolling you as a thief all night and all campaign. You do have a.
Well, that's what I am.
Yeah, you do have a climbing speed for being a thief, so I'm not going to make Lex roll.
Oh, thank God.
Everybody
thank
else,
you so
though,
much.
it's going to be a DC 12. Don't thank me. Thank Jeremy Crawford.
Alright. Lex is gonna give like a quick once-over to Aurora just to look at the knots or whatever, and then she's gonna they're gonna cross and follow Brom.
Okay. Who's next?
Enazai is going to look at the halfling, say, look at the group and say, I'm gonna see how many I can carry across. I have an idea. And I'm gonna use my wild shape to turn into an ape. Which is a medium beast. And grab the halfling and put him on my back and climb across the rope and then try and go back, grab someone else and bury them across again.
So much for Aurora going first.
Yeah, I will.
Aurora's gonna be in the group. I'm gonna try and carry over. Probably Aurora's gonna be next, I think.
Okay.
So-
I'll allow that. The only thing people have to do is close their eyes and cling to your back, which is a lot easier than closing your eyes, clinging to a rope, and consistently moving forward.
Yeah, no, I've been looking through, because I'm not used to using my B shape to actually change into things, so I've been looking through all my books going, where's something I can use?
Yeah, I see. This is the beauty of multiple people playing D&D, because that is not a solution I thought of. My original thought was just like, why don't you guys make Inazaya wild shape, fly across and tie the rope off? But if you tie the rope off, then you can wild shape and be essentially I forget what those things are that carry people up and down ski lifts.
Gondola.
Yeah,
Or
there you go.
ski lift.
Oh my god, that would have been so cool.
So there you guys go.
Granted, I'm not a high enough level to turn into a creature that can fly.
Ah, fair enough. Okay, but you are high enough level to turn into a creature.
We're at level 7.
That can,
It could have just been like a kangaroo or something. Do those even exist in Ilderon? He could have just become a kangaroo and just gone flying.
So which animal did you change it to?
I turned into 8.
All
An
right.
ape. Okay.
Is the rope gonna hold you? Wait, that's not a good idea.
Thanks for that.
Have fun!
You mean a gorilla?
No, it just says 8.
Well, those are how big?
It's a medium creature. Or medium beast.
Yeah. So let's see. Chances the rope gives way. I would say. I'd say, look, this is hempen rope. This is really sturdy rope. This is Adventure's go-to choice rope. I'm gonna say it's a 68% chance the rope holds. 1 through 68 it holds, above 68 it does not. 59. So yeah, the second trip is, somebody who's not a halfling gets on your back, you feel the rope slump in. The knots tighten, the branch on the other side slumps down, but the rope and the branch do not snap.
Aha!
Okay. So, in theory, because I can do this for 3 hours, I can ferry everyone across, correct?
Yes, I will allow you to take everybody to the other side. That said, you all are in Morgan's Plateau. Oh, frick. I forgot to roll the last die I needed to do. Oof.
And
Okay,
for
go
the
ahead.
people who are asking, at level 8, I can turn into something that can fly.
Yeah, I just looked that up.
Nice.
This thunder is getting worse. It
Not while I'm
thunders
crossing.
again.
Not while I'm crossing.
No, not while you're crossing. Ringing incredibly loud. Everybody, go ahead and give me another save.
If I roll high this time, I'd like to ask a question.
Okay, go for it. Well, after the roll. Dang, Inazaya consistently killing it.
I'm finally passing wisdom.
Ah!
Hey!
Mine's
I was
too low.
Wow, look at that.
Lex just slumps down and dies.
No, Lex is fine. She got a 15.
Is she?
Well, again, it is... Ooh, I need a roll for your NPCs on who makes it and who doesn't. Oh, no.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Our whole three NPCs that still chill with us.
I will roll for Scafell separately. Alright. So everybody is going to succeed except for Azure. Azure, did you succeed the first one?
No.
No, he's failed all of them.
Three
Okay.
times down.
So Azure, you are going to crumple over in that uncomfortable bone-ringing yellow pain as you slump over and almost feel nauseous. You pass out. Everybody else, again, it happens. This time, rather than fighting it, you guys were able to kind of allow yourselves to flow with it. It still hurts, and you all have that moment where you split from your body, experiencing that, or having that astral experience, looking at yourself, looking at, your ghostly form, the bottom of your body still kind of tethered together, and then after a moment you snap back into your body.
Okay, I have to ask this, 'cause this is hilarious. When this happens to Anaziah, is he in ape spirit form, or is he in his spirit form
He is
looking
in
at an
his
ape?
spirit form, looking at an ape.
Looking at an ape, okay.
And does Azur fall on the Phoenix?
Does he fall on... Oh, I have not been rolling for that thing.
Looking what?
Well, it might have a good resistance, considering it's kind of thunder. I don't know.
It is able, as you slump over, it is able to get from underneath your shoulder. That said, it is flapping around, flying in circles, just a little semi-frantically. Azure, you are unconscious. I'll come back to you. Everybody, you are able to pick yourselves up off the floor. Azure does not.
Bram goes over.
I'm gonna go over to Azure. Yeah.
Smacking him on the face.
Lex is gonna whack his hand very gently. And at least roll Azure over if he, fell on his face.
Okay.
Probably notice he's not breathing.
If he's not breathing,
Yeah.
just kick him in the ribs, he'll wake up.
It does not seem to have any effect.
Wait. Oh. Is it Azure vampire? He doesn't even need to breathe, does he?
He does not.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He's not dead yet.
Skosfell is also down and is not waking back up. Oh my god, how is the magistrate the only one? The other NPC, the servant, doesn't make it through. The magistrate picks herself up out of the pooling water on the ground. She coughs, looks over to you guys, and says, "Look at the rest of the city and how many people have died. Leave them and let's go."
When she says that, Bram gets up right in her face and grunts.
Lex
She's gonna say, "Or
watches in approval.
What'd you say,
Still in
Brandon?
ape form.
She says, "Or take your time."
Yeah.
As she.
Anaziah is going to lift the halfling, his name
Skosfell, yes.
Skosfell. He's gonna lift him, and can he pick up the other unconscious NPC and bring them inside out of the rain? I'm assuming that's...
I
What's
don't know if there's a building.
his strength score? I'll allow him to push, pull, drag it. I'll allow him to push, pull, drag both of them at half his speed.
Yeah. And as far as the strength score, give me 2 seconds here to find the thing again.
As you guys,
23.
as you pull into the opening Narthenex, the central, or rather the entranceway to a holy building. Pretty sure it's the Narthex, but that doesn't sound right. You are able to see Morgan's faction here. They were arranged kind of in a similar way of Tydathels, of keeping the populace out, but this promenade, there are dozens of people on the ground. Maybe some sort of fight earlier, but just like you guys, you can see that as you look around, walking into here, there might be, you know, 1 out of every 3 people are still standing, of just people kind of surprised down at, on their knees at their companions doing the same thing you guys are, of just like, wait, what? They were just standing, and, you know, people kind of like smacking people in the water. It is chaos up here. As you guys come walking, ooh, does anybody recognize you, or are they pulling weapons?
Is anybody wearing anything shiny?
Is anybody wearing anything shiny?
Yes, I mean, if they're dead only. I'm not a heathen. They're poor people, you know. But if they're dead, they're dead.
Yeah. Walking like over and past these bodies. I would say it's actually going to be easier for me to just give you gold for the things that you find of value, rather than going over each and
Might
every
as well.
person. But as you do,
That's fine.
what remains of Morgan's forces are going to stand up and pull weapons on you guys. They say, "Oh, you have no idea what the bridge is going on. But these grounds are welcome to you."
He immediately goes into a fighting stand.
Lex is probably halfway to like ransacking, desecrating a dead body. But they pause and they kind of look over and they're like, "We don't know what's going on either. We're just trying to get to Morgan." And then continues with the body.
Is there sleeping in the rain right now?
Did you guys?
No, I think we dragged him in.
Wait, what?
I think we tried to drag him in.
Well, I thought Noah and Isaiah got the NPCs, but who got me?
Brom would have dragged you in.
Oh. Ooga booga. This
Yeah. Yeah. Lex might have supervised just to make sure that once again he didn't drag him on his face, but that's it. That's all he needs.
Well, just by the arm.
Yeah.
Makes me think of the
And
Princess
Isaiah's
Bride.
gonna drop the V shape, and I hate doing this right now. And he's gonna say, "Listen, we know Miss Darbahari. We had an arrangement with them, and we helped them accomplish something earlier today. We believe we have information about what's happening in the city, and we have an idea of how to save it. Right? Unfortunately, this man," he points to the halfling, "is the one who has the most information on it, so we need to figure out how to wake him up." Right? And is gonna walk over to Brom and push Brom back and be like, "Don't fight."
The woman who came to stop Lex is gonna say, "Wait, you're the ones who are working with what is Morgan's high priest?"
Nayoka? Oh.
No.
Yes, if you remember the name Nayoka at all, you're a part of his group.
Not Nayoka. She's got a specific high priest. But I'll look that up later.
I thought her name started with like a B or something, didn't it?
I have it in my notes here. I'm just being lazy. Let's see. Dagger Gully and
It's not on the NPCs.
Zalin, the High Advisor of Faith. And she's going to say, "Oh, you're the ones who are working with Zalin."
Name sounds familiar.
Yeah.
That's right.
Zalin came back with that cultist earlier, and all of this whole city went to shit.
It was gonna go to shit before, ma'am. How much gold do I have now, by the way?
as you continue to loot these bodies of her friends in front of her, you're able to get items worth about 44 gold off of them.
Nice. I'm just gonna put down 44 gold. Is that okay?
Yes.
All
At which
right.
point, she's going to gesture and say, "Bring your sick and wounded inside. Half our forces just dropped dead about the thunder roars again." She covers her ears and drops to her knees.
Are they dead or are they just unconscious?
Everybody, give me another wisdom save.
Give me a second. My Wi-Fi cut out.
So, I also realized I did the last save with Anaziah's stats, not Ape's stats.
You keep your wisdom. You keep your mental stats, your physical stats change.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Woo! Look at Aurora killing it.
So
As
is there a
you don't
skull?
have to roll, by the way.
Is there a skull where it cracks open? Oh, just kidding.
I'm sorry, but could you roll for me? My Wi-Fi cut out again, so I can't roll.
Okay, that's fine. Let's see. Lex, wisdom save. Lex at a 15.
Yay!
Getting enough of the job done. And Brom rolled an 18? Okay.
Yeah. I hit it twice. I don't know why.
Oh, okay, 22. I'll take the 22. But either or is good. So Brom, Panda, and Lex, you are good. Anaziah, you fail your first save. As this time you try and flow with it, but it is not easy, and unfortunately, you are overcome with the same pain you witnessed in all of your companions. After a moment, though, it does pass. The woman stands back up and says, "What? What in the goddess's name is that?"
Something to do
Her
with the thunder.
companion does not move.
And it seems to be knocking people out.
She says, "God, the sooner we figure this out and we stop it, the better. There's only a handful of us left now." She calls to the other people guarding this promenade, and she says, stand your position here. If anybody comes, swords up, bows out. We wait for orders from Morgan until she gets back. Or we wait for orders from Princess Starbahari till she gets back.
She's not back yet, huh?
She shakes her head and says, "No, she went north before all of this started."
Yep, meet with the
At which point she says, "Come on, I'll take you to Zonlin. Or to Zalin."
Alright.
Things limp.
Yeah, I don't think I can carry two of them anymore.
I'm
gonna take the halfling at the very least, because we need the half.
I was trying to give you guys as much time for meaningful roleplay as possible, but the system I've been using to determine these is after each strike of thunder, it is a die roll minus 1 minute. Growing, they are getting quicker, and we have just got down to our smallest dice size. It is a D4, and we are at minus 3 minutes.
I do not like that.
Thunder strikes again, and after this, it's gonna be going about every 30 seconds. I don't want to keep cutting you guys off, so I will say, how about everybody give me a wisdom save? And for if you pass the wisdom save, I'll just give you guys a struggling. If you pass the wisdom save, I'll give you guys a struggling 4 more minutes of RP before we move forward. And Isaiah, I'll give you 4 regardless, since you did so well on all of the
Dang.
others.
Feels bad.
Ah.
All right. As you head inside of the complex in Isaiah, the advisor, or rather not the advisor, she's going to say, the lady Salin brought was cackling, as the thunder rolls out again. She falls over and does not get back up. You're able to resist the effects, and as soon as it is over, you start moving. It happens again. Again, you're able to resist the effects. I'll give you a few minutes, but Anazia's not going to be able to fight it off for much longer.
Having no idea really where to go. And I'm assuming everyone else at this point is passed out.
Yeah, you look behind you, and your companions aren't moving either.
And there's nothing I can. I would. Can I get an estimate of which direction Zalin was in? Like from the way we were walking before she fell over.
Oh, yes, you can. I'm not gonna make you roll a survival check from it.
Okay.
You're assuming she took her somewhere past Morgan's throne room.
Mm-hmm. And probably in a dungeon type thing, which might be a little lower down.
Yeah. As you try and navigate your way down there, by the time you get there, holding yourself up, you are. Let's see. I'm going to roll a percentage die on. What are the chances Zalin is still up? Somebody else give it to me of what you think the likelihood is. Because I rolled and I have a result in front of me, but I didn't consider the ramifications before I rolled.
I'm going to roll a D100 and give you the result.
What do you mean give me the result? I rolled and I have the result. I just
No, that's a chance. 85% chance.
Oh,
85 or less.
Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. I rolled an 89. So as you get in here, you can see Zalin is in this room. Or you can see she is passed out by a cell. The cell itself is open and there's no one in there. You can also see the other women who are helping you out are also passed out around Zalin. That is...
So they're out too.
Yeah, that's about as far as Anaziah gets before Anaziah passes out. Azure!
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing?
Sleeping.
Let's see. Let's go with this.
Sleeping in another realm.
You know what? I should have cast Charm Person and helped, calm emotions.
Azure, you are going to wake up as you bump against somebody. There is a body floating next to you.
Mm-hmm.
As you open your eyes, you are in some strange black void. There are all around you looks like stars until you realize that there are streams of water flowing through the sky when they get high enough, the streams turn into droplets moving in directions, and each of the droplets is refracting and breaking apart auras of light, kind of causing a cosmos aurora borealis effect here. The streams above you, there are hundreds, if not thousands of these, each moving into the sky into a swirl high above you. There are different, I guess, almost discs of cascading water upon which these streams are coming from. You are floating in one, and you hear the sound of running water around you as you awaken. All of these streams swirl up into a vortex in the sky that seems to swirl and create a mist, casting out more of that aurora borealis effect.
So I perceive that there are kind of more semi-solid discs, and that's what we're on, or I'm on right now?
Yeah, to some extent.
Okay. What is this body that bumped into me? Can I see anything about that?
Yeah, let's see. As you look over at the body, it appears to be dead. It drifts towards the edge of this disc, and it is heading off the side of it.
Alright, I will see if I can stand up and find a spot that's not deep water.
Okay. So the body is going to float off the edge, falling. As the water falls off the edge, it enters one of those streams and kind of starts drifting up into the swirl above. The body does not, as once it's over the edge, you're not really certain what happened to it. There, as you stand up, there are two people talking here. They have their backs turned to you, and what languages does Azure speak?
Let's see.
I just pulled up your language list. You cannot understand them.
Okay, yeah, Draconic and Old Tongue.
As you stand in the water is significantly shallower than it appears. Azure, on this disc, it is not very big, but every second there are about a dozen bodies kind of appearing and drifting off the edge here.
Alright, I guess he'll be scanning those bodies as they appear to make sure none of them are his companions or people he recognizes.
Okay. The first few are all either horrifically maimed or dead. Some, however, kind of come to way too late near the edge, wake up, scream, fall.
So are they appearing in a consistent place or just randomly in different places?
They're floating up from underneath the water. It does not look like they're coming from any source that makes physical sense. If that.
Yeah, because the water isn't that deep, actually, even though...
Yeah, it appears that they're floating up from someplace, but, like, you're standing in this, and this goes, like, just past your ankles.
Okay, well, he'll start to catch bodies and check pulses and things like that, just to see if he can save anybody.
Okay.
It seems some of them are alive.
Alright, I need to remember order. Okay, so you are going to... You know what? I'll just roll you a percentage die. There we go. Azure, it never fails. Wherever you are at, somebody wakes up on the other side. You know, you're standing over here, 3 bodies appear around you. They're dead, drifting towards the edge. Somebody screams on the other side, "Where am I?" You run over to that side. You know, the bodies over here are unfortunately deceased, and then the opposite side, somebody begins thrashing about before they go off the edge. Whatever this is, it's kind of avoiding you. Oh, other thing I need to note for you. All the water falling off of the other platforms and going into these streams is crystalline. The water on your platform seems to be polluted with the same pollution that was coming from the storm.
Okay. And do any of the other discs pass nearby sometimes?
No, the discs do not move at all. The streams are moving. That said, as you start running in the water, trying to... and it's... As you look around, give me a perception check. And then this will be the last detail I give you before we move forward. I'm going to put the DC of this at 14.
Okay.
Oh, okay. As you look around this place and you try and understand it, through all interpretations of what you've heard about the bridge, this is not it. This place perplexes you. The other thing of note is the other platforms with all the flowing water, there are no bodies falling off of them. As you watch the water flow into the cosmic swirl above. As you are thrashing about in this pool, the 2 people who are talking nearby, there is a shore around this place, a few trees and bushes where they are standing by the water. They're going to turn back, noticing you, and let's roll a percentage die. They have the ability to communicate with you. 25%. They continue speaking and communicating in a way that you can understand as they are going to wade into the water coming after you. It doesn't seem that they're threatening, but it does seem that they are concerned, trying to get you to stop doing whatever you're doing.
He'll probably catch one final body to see if it's alive, and then I guess go with them.
Okay. As you do, they are... you are going to notice some very strange features about these people. While they are humanoid in shape, they were wearing cloaks that you assumed were cloaks. They are actually attached around their neck and shoulders as part of their bodies. The cloaks flow down in an elegant stream, almost looking like a cape, upon which there are all of the different colors of that borealis effect, as the cape connected to their bodies seems to be translucent and transparent. Their eyes also are very different from your own, as they do not have irises, and they appear to be reflections of this entire realm as you stare into them. Their skin also shifts colors occasionally as they are helping you from the as they touch you from the deep cosmic void to looking almost flesh-like.
Are they roughly human shaped or?
Yes, they are roughly human shaped. That said, they continue to talk and gesture and move you towards the shore. Let's see. A few moments later, as you are moved to the shore, the first person to fail to save was Lex. You're going to see Lex in the water. She appears near the shore, and she is going to start drifting towards the edge.
Azur will run after her as quick as he can.
Lex, you awaken. Do you want me to re-describe everything quickly? The sound of thrashing water is around you.
I think that's good for now.
Okay. You turn. There is a big vampire man coming after you, followed by two strange alien people.
Do I recognize the vampire man?
You do. It is Azure. At which point, you feel half of the ground beneath you give way.
I'm gonna try and move towards Azure, try and get back into normal ground.
Okay. I will let you. What languages does Lex speak?
Lex speaks only common and letras, and then things can't, but that doesn't count.
Okay, well, these guys are criminals, so, no, kidding.
Oh, maybe.
Okay. A few seconds later, on the other side of the pond, who is the next person to fail? So you guys all failed around the same time.
Aurora, and then Brahm.
Penda. You are going. You are going to awaken in the same cosmic void. I can give you a brief description of it if you want, but otherwise, you are drifting in a pool of water. You have a few seconds before you drift off the edge. As you come to, you can see 4 people standing in the distance. What do you want to do?
Do I passively notice that too, or?
Yeah. I would say you're able, like, as you're standing up, you notice the people appearing in this pond, and you've been trying to save them. You hasn't.
Okay.
Exactly. I mean, I am going to say from Azure's shoes, pretty much nobody's going to appear around you. So you kind of know where to look next, where it's just like, okay, on the other side, oh crap, look, I know that one.
Yeah. Okay, so Azur will shout, "Stand up! Get up!"
Bonds are going to quickly get up onto her feet and try and walk over to them.
Okay. As you stand up, you can see about 3 more bodies around you of people who have just kind of appeared. And you know what? I'll roll a d4 minus 1. All 3 of them are dead. As they drift off the edge of the platform into the void. You stand up, and as you kind of look around, Aurora, what language do you speak?
That's a good question. Do you remember?
Okay, I just looked over your languages. You are good. You do not understand these 2 people speaking. as they are gesturing. Exasperatedly. Next, it was Brahm.
Yep.
Brahm. I mean, I can explain it again for you, but
I don't
know.
need you to explain it again.
Yeah. Brahm, you wake up. You're floating in a pool of water. However, one intelligence Brahm comprehends what's going on to him. You comprehend what's going on to you. You have a few seconds before you drift off the edge.
And you're
Brahm
gonna,
doesn't know
you're
what's
gonna
going
hear Azur. You're gonna hear Azur's voice, even though you don't know what he's saying. Something familiar.
Yeah,
Is
you
Brahm face up or face down?
face up.
Oh, okay. So his ears are under the water.
Yeah.
Not very far.
I guess you'd hear Azur's like muddy yelling.
So Brahm kind of rolls around and then stands up.
Okay.
Looks over towards everybody. It just kind of gives the derpiest wave you have ever seen.
I am rolling for these guys, and with Brahm, there are 2 more bodies, both of which are dead.
Dang.
Brahm, bouncing off of your ankles, you're going to see 2 corpses of people float up and off the edge of this place.
Azur will try to get Brahm's attention as he helps Lex.
Okay, and who are we missing? Oh, Inaziah. Inaziah will be coming in a few minutes. I'd ask what languages Brahm understands, but it's none. You want to know something funny, Brahm?
I would understand him.
You understand familiar sounds, but you can't make them out because you're feeble-minded. As these people are talking.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That doesn't sound good because I don't, which probably because I remember reading something Brahm couldn't. All right. So I'm assuming I pop up next. I think everyone else has popped up.
Yes. I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give the party a few minutes, and then you'll come to. Or rather, you'll appear. The party.
Okay.
You guys are minus Inaziah. You know what? I'll throw Inaziah in here because why repeat ourselves? Inaziah,
Okay.
let's see how many people appear with you. Oof, 1.
I do have a quick question.
Hit me.
Does this count as a night's rest?
You're funny.
No.
That's it.
Fuck.
Inaziah, 1 person. Oh, evens they're dead, odds they're not.
What?
This other person is going to wait. Oh, you know what? They're alive. I'm gonna roll you a percentage die, and I'm gonna say it's a 20% chance it's somebody you guys know. 26. It is not. Okay. So, anyways,
So Azur's still saying, "Get up!" every time he sees a new group of people. Get up. Get on your feet.
Inaziah, you wake up in a cosmic void. You are in a puddle of water floating. You hear running water next to you. You also hear Azure say, "Get up!" You have a few seconds to do something as you look up and you kind of see.
I
the
guess
end
I'll
of,
set up
this place. Okay. As you sit up, your butt kind of bottoms out. The person next to you is also going to come to, and I'll roll them a dexterity check of if they do anything meaningful. They're going to turn around and look and say, "Give me your... Where am I?" As they fall off the edge.
Can I, as they start to scream, can I try and grab them?
Go for it. Give me a dexterity save. DC 14.
Yeah.
You grab his arm, He will latch onto yours and pull himself back up. Anaziah, what languages do you speak?
I speak Common, Druidic, Primordial, and Sylvan.
Okay, wonderful. There are two people here that you do not understand.
Figured!
At which point they are crossing their arms. One is going to point up, and the other one's going to nod. They begin to dance around each other in this water. The bodies continuously appearing before finally the stream of water off the edge is going to start. The stream is going to continue to flow, but where it is going, instead of going up into the swirl, is guys don't even know what west is. It's going to flow in a different direction, not joining all of the other streams. As they do this, the platform is going to dim as the water continues to flow. However, you guys can see like every now and then there was a silhouette. Well, not every now and then. The silhouettes of the bodies were kind of like pulling up. If anything, you can kind of see as maybe like one comes and dims the water, another one comes and dims the water. Like they're not floating to the surface anymore. You can see eventually so many of them pile up that it just kind of blocks out the light underneath the platform. The two people on the platform continue to converse with one another before they point in the direction of the stream. You guys have a couple minutes to talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Azura will look around. Say, you all alright?
I'm still.
I'm okay.
I think I heard you're okay, and that's about it so far.
Yeah, you roboted.
Yeah, I'm okay. Where are we though? Because I've never been here before.
Azura says, I'm not sure yet, but don't fall off the edge. And these two people don't seem to care about the lives of the people coming up. That's why they're drowning them all now. I'm glad you all made it here safely. Let's go closer to them and see what they're doing.
Alright. Lex is gonna get out the dagger. They're not gonna do anything with it. Just to be safe.
You're gonna take out a dagger?
Yes, please.
Okay. They, as you walk closer to them, whatever they are talking about, it seems that they've finished their conversation. From the air around them, one of them's going to summon in a staff. It forms as water in their hands and then coalesce into a solid gold and aquamarine shaft. He puts it down into the water, and the stream of black water that is flowing off the edge and that was spiraling into the mist above that they redirected, more of the water is going to flow in that direction, forming a consistent stream out into this Aurora Borealis, and then downwards. He gestures for you to follow as he steps onto it. It seems stable like a platform.
Big dude? Yeah, we're back.
Sure, we'll follow. There's only a few trees and nothing else over here, right? That's pretty much it.
Yes.
Is there any sort of leaf or rock or anything he can grab and bring with him?
Off of the shore? Yeah, you
Yeah.
can grab a handful of sand if you want, or um, is a leaf off of the tree. Yeah, you can grab a leaf off the tree. The 3 trees that are over here seem to be quickly decaying, though, since they cut this thing off.
Ah. Alright, he'll
You can
grab a hand.
For my notes, at least, mark it in your inventory as I will. Because if you say spirit tree leaf, I will not know what you're talking about when you ask me about it. I put it in chat as a Kainimaji leaf.
Okay.
All right. As you guys start walking with these 2 individuals, one person is going to float up through the water, surfacing just as you did. She does so in the center of the pond. They stop and look back at her.
As the girl say, get up.
She looks around, looks up, and she is going to rise. Things that are notable about her, she is a, you guys are going to notice immediately she is an elf. At which point, one of these 2 people that are with you, the one that doesn't have a staff, is going to pick up a handful of this water, turn it into a spike, and shoot it towards her as she stands. She transforms into a bird and flies away.
Damn it!
Wish I could do that.
I got away.
He's going to turn back towards the path and gesture forward.
Ezra will follow. I don't know about the rest.
All right.
I'll follow too.
Well, didn't attack us. We have no idea what the fuck's going on, so...
You guys
Oh,
walk.
look, those Bromgos.
You guys walk for a what feels like a few seconds, but as you turn and look over your shoulder, you're almost an eternity away from those flowing pathway, or those connected flowing pathways of water. It almost looks like a distant constellation to you guys. A few more moments, you guys step into a open amphitheater. In the center of the amphitheater, you can see a woman of whatever these people are. She is sitting in a pool of. She is sitting in a pool of water. She is huge. As you guys, or yeah, actually, I will go with the huge category of creature for her. As she takes up a large portion of this amphitheater. All around her, you can see at the top open parts of the amphitheater, these black streams of water are flowing into here and are raining and dripping into aqueducts. The aqueducts then flow into the pool that she is sitting in. The translucent cape that she has on her back, she is holding it and combing it through the water, filtering this out as she runs it back and forth, and the water then flows out of this pool continuing elsewhere unseen.
And it's more clear when it leaves.
Yes. As you all approach, again, she speaks in a language you guys don't understand to the people, and then again to everyone as she speaks in common and says, "Why have you brought mortals here? I do not like mortals in my domain." She is going to look towards you all and say, "After the last broken one came through here, I forbid your kind. What brings you to these waters?"
There was a terrible storm on our planet made from magical means, and the thunder ringing has separated us from our normal realm. It was not by choice, but we are here.
She is going to step forward out of the water towards you, which is a strange, a strange sight to witness. She's going to, or because as she steps forward, she steps out of her form. Her huge body continues. Filtering the water, running her cloak through it. But a smaller version of her steps, like from her body splitting, towards you guys as she inspects you. What were you saying?
Brahm immediately takes a defensive stance.
Okay.
Because he doesn't know what's going on. He's tripping out.
Okay.
And she's going to say, "These are the Watchers from Rico, correct?" At which point they nod. And she's going to say, "Go ahead."
No, I'm just gonna kind of watch Brahm. I'm not gonna do anything though. I'd rather he not pick a fight with God right now.
God? Fair enough. She's going to inspect all of you one by one before she puts a hand on her cloak, gripping it, and she is going to Phantom of the Opera slap Brahm in the face. It passes through Brahm before he can defend himself. Brahm, you're affected by greater restoration. The dumb has cleared.
Yay!
Yay!
He just like drops to his knees and he's like, "Oh my goodness."
She's going to say, "Explain what happened. Bodies should not be able to pass into this realm, but yet here you stand."
And Isaiah's gonna, now that there's not a whole lot going on, going to try and do another Arcana check to see if he can put the pieces together that he couldn't quite do before.
Go for it.
Azura's going to say, "Pain."
Oh, hey! Brahm,
Yeah,
speak Celestial.
I do.
You are able to understand these two servants as they converse with one another.
And what are they saying?
I will tell you if it's relevant. let my brain process just a few things at a time. So
Okay.
Arcana check for trying to figure out where you're at.
And that's a no, because that's, well, not
I mean,
where we
you
at.
could ask
Like
them.
the magic that brought us here, right?
Okay.
Was what I was trying to figure out, which she said was a DC 19, and I got an 11.
Mm.
So I don't think I succeeded. But it was worth a shot.
As Ursid's pain brought us here. Perhaps the large creatures in the sky. And he describes the entities. Yeah.
And as I go through
am
explaining pretty much everything.
Sorry, I forgot one key crucial detail when I was giving my description of this place. The creature in the sky that you saw over... the creature that you saw in the sky over Dagger Gully, each platform here, when you guys were back in the main part of this realm, had one of those swirling around it or resting on it, except for the one you guys were on.
Okay, then as Earl say, one of your Disc Guardians was in our world.
2 of them.
And a similar creature.
She's going to say, your world, our world, it's all one world. And she looks towards the 2 servants and I had names for these 2 guys, but unfortunately I didn't add them to my note document earlier, so don't judge me. I'm going to give them new names. Unfortunately, their names are not going to be as reflective of this place. She's going to call to them and say, Teely, Jodis. They look up. She'll say, your watch has been condemned to the dark waters. They are going to nod. She is going to point back towards the swirl and say, head back to Providence and give word of the news here.
Is there a way we can help restore balance?
She's going to look towards you and say, balance? There's... things here are seldom ever out of balance. The water of your world, of our worlds, it connects everything, flows everywhere. It is not lost or destroyed, but simply changed. This thing that has happened to your home, I presume, has happened before.
Yay, not really my home.
Nothing to concern yourself with. What is of concern is the many bodies Teely and Jodis reported are claimed to have seen coming out of their spring.
Yes. A very large city was flooded by this seemingly unnatural storm.
And then thunder and lightning or whatever crashed and like really hurt us really bad. And it felt like, we were being torn almost like astrally apart.
She's going to nod and gesture for Azure towards her pool, and she's going to say, I can I can heal and restore your companion here. She gestures to Brahm. But the affliction upon you, inside of you is a soul that is not yours. It doesn't produce essence that your body is compatible with. In time, your body will consume it, the soul in its entirety, to try and satiate itself.
Is there a way to return his soul to him?
She shakes her head and says, no. Another broken one has passed through this place before, and I've talked with such things with her. I can give you the chance to be reborn anew in Ilderon. Wipe clean of your experiences and of the hardships that have befallen you. Granting peace for both you and the soul that you contain.
I would then be a newborn babe with no memory.
In a sense, reincarnation, yes. As she is talking, you all feel a deathly chill come over you. Descending into this open amphitheater, you see a man with midnight black wings and a scythe that glows with pale moonlight. He's going to speak and say, let's go with less fancy music, and we'll go with this right here. He's going to say, Alevion, you've taken mortal souls into your care. This is strictly forbidden by the Gatekeeper's watch, and she has sent me to retrieve them. Should you not comply, the entirety of the Eternity's Guard will be here in a moment's passing. She's going to look at him, look at you all, and put her hand on her chest and say, I did not summon these beings here. I have no clue how they wandered into Kainimaji.
We just told you. The thunder and the lightning caused our astral selves to be split from our mortal selves, and now we are here.
Which was not of my doing.
I don't care whose doing it was. If this guy gets froggy, I'm gonna jump.
He's going to look at each of you and say, I can take you all to the bridge to seek your afterlife.
Azur's gonna walk into the pool.
Where she's filming the water?
The water she came out of? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. She's going to say, through some arcane affliction, they and thousands of others were brought here. And until this matter is sorted, I think it not wise to simply send them to the eternity of the bridge. He's going to tilt his head and say, "What are you suggesting?" She's going to look at him and say, "We both know what we do on behalf of the gods and what we safeguard. I think somebody is vying to manipulate forces that are well beyond them. He's going to tilt his head and say, "You're saying we get involved with Ilderon?" Sheen nods and says, "If they intrude on my domain, why can't we intrude upon theirs?" He's going to shake his head and say, "Tending these waters for millennia, clearly you've gone insane from isolation." She's going to shake her head and say, "I cleanse and restore that which should be. They should have been before they weren't." He is going to look at the party and say, "I give you the chance at your rest in Providence, or your eternity on the bridge, or you can enter that land of strife and suffering if you choose."
You mean Ilderon?
He nods.
Sirs.
So what you're saying is we can choose to live or we can choose to die.
He huffs, because all things continue as they should be.
I think I'll live. I'll die soon anyways.
I choose Ilderon.
All right.
He says as he swims around in this pool.
Are you just like asshole, like kind of swimming around looking like come get me now?
He's just, I don't know. She gestured to the pool. He went swimming. I mean, that's all. This is what's happening.
All right. So, who is going where?
Don't everybody answer at once.
As I said, Ilderon for me.
I don't think anyone really wants to go to the bridge. I think we all want to go back.
I think everyone can choose his life here. I mean, I definitely do. I don't want to go through this again. No.
All right. As you all step into the pool, she is going to look to the Heraf, the six-winged dark angel that is here, say, you can go back to your goddess and tell her I will handle things in my domain how I see fit, and if she has a problem, she can take it up with my goddess. With that, she moves her cloak over everyone in the water.
I have a question.
You better get it in fast.
If I wish to contact you about your offer, how will I?
Her cloak is going to pass over all of you as you feel your souls pulled from your body. Let's see. And she is going to say, "This is my offer." Azure.
Mm-hmm.
You are getting reincarnated.
Okay.
Nice.
How do you like life as a high elf?
That works.
It's not terribly different from what you were.
Nope. It's kind of what he wanted to be, but he wasn't allowed to step on that continent.
So he's a elf now?
Yes, he's always been elven in features, but, he's been undead. That said, everybody is going to wake up. Let's see. She can't send you guys back to Dagger Gully.
Could I have my hit points restored?
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there.
Okay.
Do you guys want me to roll a d12 of what nation you guys wake up in?
Sure.
Sounds fun.
Okay. Ooh, what if we ended up on the island or whatever that I used to live on? That'd be kind of cool.
Letris?
Yeah.
Right, the maid. Oh my god, please send somebody to come get us.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ilderon, Wiki, and the nations of Ilderon. And I think there's 13 of them, so I'm actually going to roll a d13, which I have to use roll 24. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right. Okay, so the final thing I gotta roll. If you guys wake up in someplace dangerous or someplace safe for you guys to be in. The place you guys are waking up in, it's...
Wait, you're saying you're waking up. Does that mean we get rest?
We'll get there. I'm gonna say it's a 15% chance you guys are welcomed where you're waking up.
No.
So
Nice.
1 through 15, you're welcomed, and 16 through
100.
Oh my god, it's a 5!
Yes!
Yay! Oh, thank God.
Alright.
Where are we, though?
That's the question.
You are going
You don't
to
know.
you're going to wake up on the shore of you're gonna wake up on a shore. You are washed onto a beachside. The sands of the beach are dark.
Oh?
As the
I have a quick question.
Go
The
ahead.
random person I grabbed from falling off the edge.
Oh,
Are they with us?
What happened to them?
Yeah.
They probably
Should be
disappeared in the whole thing.
Should be with us.
Didn't you? Yeah, they're here. They did not reincarnate. Azure.
Yeah.
I will give you opportunities to regain your character's memory in the future, but for now, welcome to life.
All right.
You wake up anew. You can. I will say you keep the ideals of your previous character. Justice is a very strong element to you. You're not really
Okay.
sure who you are or where you're at, or even who these people are around you.
I figured. Okay. And do I have my class, or am I starting fresh from that as well?
You're level 1. No, I'm kidding. I'll let you keep your class and character features.
Okay.
Minus your racial features. We'll re-roll you as an elf later.
Okay.
You can always get bit by a Terrai and, go back to daddy badness.
Sure, I could.
But let's see. There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, okay. So you wash up onto these shores, and there are the land around you is strange and foreign. The trees impossibly tall, as they are ancient trees that have probably grown here for millennia. Some of them, some of the forest around you is just dead with age, and the branches of these trees are, the highest limbs, maybe 100 feet into the air, into the distance off the shore. There are several women here on the shore. They are singing and watching the water. One of them is playing a flute. As you wash onto the shore, they are going to stand up and look. They are then going to all run towards you. They speak.
Does
Go ahead.
Azur have any language at this point?
Yes. I'm going to give you your previous languages. Don't you speak Elven?
Draconic and Common.
Okay, I'm going to swap Draconic then for Elven.
All right. I also had Old Tongue.
I'll let you keep that one.
All right.
They speak to you in they speak to you in Elven. They themselves are wood elves, and they walk up and say, Your Grace, we weren't expecting you, but do you bring news from Kainamaji?
Who are they looking at as they speak?
Azure.
Does he remember Kainamaji at all? Or just he remembers nothing, pretty much?
Yeah. Kainamaji, what? Roll me a history check as you have flashes in your mind.
Now Azure's gonna think he's like some type of king.
Kainamaji, you remember the strange celestial moth woman? The realm of flowing water? Waking up in it? The servants, the elven woman, and the pond? And then there's a void of death and pain and suffering, but that kind of disconnects from you. But yes, Kainamaji, that's the place you came from.
Okay. Azur says, yes, I am from Kainamaji.
Azure's gonna have a god complex.
The rest of these, I'm not sure who they are, but I'm here.
They are...
Actually, that's a good question, Brandon. Do we recognize Azure as Azure?
I mean, looking over Azure, he's got vaguely similar features.
And the same color.
Yeah. For the most part, yeah, this is Azure, but this is like Azure with a new paint job.
His L's are pointy now. His ears
Yeah.
are pointy.
That said, they're going to say...
Speaking in Elvish, by the way, I don't know if the party understands.
Yeah, whoever understands Elvish can understand him, but they're going to
I
respond.
can't,
and
but
say,
I'm loving the conversation.
You've added Sarai to your circle.
Lex is like,
You've added how many? What to circle? What'd you say?
Sarah, he said.
She said you've added Sarai to your circle, non-elves,
ooh.
as she looks at the people with you.
Yeah, so it seems
You took them to
my
Kainamaki?
transition. They were with me. It seems so. There's a bit of transition with my arrival. All of you introduce yourselves, please. I pointed the ladies to like motioning all the people around me to introduce themselves to these women. I'll say it in common because it's more universal, I guess.
Yeah.
She's going to chuckle and say, "There's no need for us to introduce yourselves to your circle. The pawns you use are your choice."
Did you say that in common?
No, she says it in Elvish.
Oh,
All right.
Catching
Then,
hands.
Azur will move forward and embrace them.
As you do, I guess she'll return the gesture somewhat awkwardly and say, "I don't care for this intimacy. Has Dagger Gully entered the Endless Night?"
He'll do another history check.
Go for it.
And we can't say anything because they're speaking a different language.
Yeah.
That didn't roll yet, did it?
Lex doesn't understand, but at the pawn comment, they can probably tell, like, the condescending voice. Honestly, Braum probably can too. It's kind of how the slave owners talk.
So I got a 10.
Azure, you try and remember the pain, the suffering, the death, darkness, a dark sky. It's just too much. You can't make sense of it all. You're not sure.
Alright. Am I hungry or anything? Something simple.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
You've got a new mortal form that does like to eat. Yeah. You feel your tummy rumbling. It's been a long time since it did that.
So he'll
Several
release
hundred years.
he'll release the women and say, "Let's eat. I'm done thinking about this for now."
She'll nod and say, "We can take you back to the grove, but Yondel will want to hear more."
Yes. Excellent.
All right. How about we end there? Oh, by the way, everybody, as the something that just got communicated to me, as the cloak was flying through the water for Elavion, Braum jumped out of the pool in the final moments. So, Havoc, you and I will talk about characters and have you re-rolled for next session.
fantastic.
All right. We are going to end here as you guys head for dinner on an unknown shoreline in an unknown place. But yeah, this is gonna be fun, interesting, and not something I could have ever predicted.
What was it that they called Azur? Lord something?
Your
My
grace.
lord.
They
Your grace, yeah.
they addressed you by an elven title of respect, It wouldn't
Okay.
exactly be like your grace, but for simplicity of roleplay, for me, you know, it translates to your grace.
Sure.
All right.
So this is going to be interesting when things switch from Elven to a language we can actually speak, and then we're going to start going, what?
Wait, so is Brahm dead now?
Brahm is going on to his afterlife. Ilderon has been a place of pain and suffering, and he has accomplished his ultimate goal: kill one of the people who is causing a lot of it. So,
Huh.
Nice, nice, nice.
all right. Yeah. So, congratulations, you guys. You have been to the realm of Kainimaji. So,
Hold on, I am curious about this then. So, Brahm didn't join us. So, is Brahm going to be the random person I ended up grabbing?
we will talk. So I will let you guys know you're in Rion. You're in a place that does not welcome non-humans onto the inlands past the shores, but you landed on one of the only two places on the continent that does welcome non-humans.
Aha.
So it's just like,
Lucky them.
just bring your pawns inside and we'll have a conversation like, civilized immortals.
Mm-hmm.
They'll be dead by noon. I mean, 80 years. All right, so let's do experience. Unfortunately, you guys didn't get out of Dagger, or you didn't save Dagger Gully, but that's fine. Most people were done with that place anyways.
That's fine.
I really don't think there was a chance for us to save it.
I mean, at that point, it was kind of done. I mean,
Yeah, the only thing was just to evacuate the people and then go. Like,
There was, but it was a really, really wild hat trick. The only thing that could teleport people was the rods you guys had, which it would have bought you guys like a lot of problem-solving time inside of that if you were transported with it. But as long as you guys were in Dagger Gully, the thunder was going to keep like rolling and rolling and rolling. But it just is what it is. Which is fine. That said, you guys still have a job to do with Coven and the Silver Sigil, so I mean, as soon as you can get back to them, they probably want to report and they probably want to start making a game plan, because you can't just let Dagger Gully be eternally cursed. Like, that's not fun for anyone.
well,
Let's see. Ooh, Kainamaji. Do you guys have any idea what all of the shenanigans at Dagger Gully was about? If you guys can hypothesize on it, I'm going to give you double experience for it.
Well, it seems like the shield hand
I'm not.
trying to become the new lord of the town, but at the same time, this other group is kind of
I
crossing.
think the sisterhood, weren't they trying to like make the devil baby or whatever? The sisterhood. Maybe
Yeah,
they were.
that's one of their goals.
A devil baby.
Yeah, they were like, "Ooh, big blood sacrifice." Now we have demon baby? Question mark. Or I mean, it had something to do with the sisters. They talked about that.
It did have to do with the sisters.
I think that the sisters.
Go ahead.
I'm thinking they cursed the waters and painted the guardian, and causing everyone to be sent there to essentially be a sacrifice, maybe. Closest thing I can think of.
Yeah.
Interrupting the flow of life and death in that area.
A very important concept of Ilderon. Everything is connected through water. Some NPCs have talked about it in the past. About how basically walking between the different realms that make up this universe works. And that was kind of, I guess, maybe the telecommunications hub of, like the satellite network almost.
Oh, right.
And
yeah,
it has
that
been
telemetry.
or at least they found a way to disrupt it. So one of them have gotten in, and it is interesting why they'd even want to go there and what they want to do there.
Yeah, was that the black elf, by the way? Did it look very black?
Say that again?
Black elf that had come in behind us, or?
Oh, no, she was just a normal elf.
Did she happen to have the garb of the sisters or anything?
You guys don't know how they denote themselves. There are ways to tell them apart, but there were no visual features that you could tell on her.
Okay,
Go ahead.
but she wasn't the one we captured.
She was not the one you captured. The woman you captured was sent to investigate the credibility of Lex, because they are not very trusting. But yeah, Go ahead.
The two other things I noticed, was that they were turning it into an area almost like the realm of the dead. What is that called? Where the
Like the
undead
River
live?
of Styx?
Oh, the River of Styx? Ooh, that's interesting.
No, where the
I didn't think
undead
of that.
live. The desecration, like
Oh, the Darkened Vale.
the desecrated area. Yeah, a darkened veil
Yeah,
sort
I
of
think they
region.
went a lot further than that, though.
And,
Yeah, it seems like that.
we're linking up several realms or something, like within Dagger Gully. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate to ask the question, but I have to. The Phoenix.
Oh, the Phoenix. Would it be
Still with his dirt.
reported?
Whose is it now?
I'm
It's
I'm
kind
gonna-
of the groups, I think.
Yeah. I'm gonna say 1 through 65 it was reborn here. And above 65 it died in the travel and it has to hatch again. 53 it survived.
Yay!
I have to always remember that it's there. I'm gonna give it more personality next session. I'm gonna put that at the bottom of my
hope so.
notes for
But here's
add
the-
personality to Phoenix. Okay.
Because remember, I told you, I do plan on talking to this thing. I just haven't got the ability to change spells yet.
All right. So
Damn, Rob, that's deep.
let's see. We've got 1 tick of experience for technically getting out of Dagger Gully. I'm gonna give you guys 2 ticks of experience for discovering Kaiminaji and witnessing Kaiminaji be infiltrated. And I'm going to give you guys another minor tick of experience for discovering Elavion, the tender of the essence of all things. A minor, or I guess a demigod, in the Kaiminaji realm. That said, anything else major happened tonight? Oh, you know what? I'll give you guys minor experience for Braum going ham with like 3 nat 20s saving people. And I will give you guys another tick of minor experience for Azure. You know what? I don't know what you guys' level is at, but this was actually what I had planned to be kind of like the mid-season point, was stopping in Kaiminaji and then kind of restructuring the campaign.
Part.
But I
Just
think
steal
we're
one
just gonna
sniper.
keep rolling. So I'm just gonna level everybody up. I don't know what level you are, but let's just go to the next level. Everybody's flat at the next level. And congratulations, you guys hit a major milestone in your guys' campaign.
Sweet,
Uh,
sweet, sweet.
Let's end
We're
stream
level
there.
8.
Everybody,
Eight.
thank you for watching, and we are going to just hang out. We'll be back tomorrow with the gladiators. Goodbye.